Hello and welcome to the Howell Activities Network as we are live from Lafayette High School in Wildwood, Missouri, as it is the Lafayette Lancers facing off against your Francis Howell Vikings. As game two of our doubleheader, we're just coming off the girls' game in which they lost by 9 to Lafayette, and we are back here for the boys' game. As we should have a good one here for you, as the Lancers come in at 2-1. Coming off a trip to Arkansas where they lost to Fayetteville, but also got two other wins down there in Arkansas. So this is their first in-state game for the Vikings anyway. They're coming off a big win against Troy Buchanan and a 3-1 record, coming off that third-place finish in the Troy Buchanan tournament and then beating Troy Buchanan in the single conference game at Troy. So both teams coming in with pretty good records and playing good basketball right now.
I agree with you, Evan, and it seems like on Lafayette's team, they have a grown man over there with a leg brace, and you can tell that he's grown. He looks kind of like like you said earlier, a fifth-year college student, and doesn't have any hair, and you can see the reflection of his bald head. No offense, but yeah. But it seems like it should be a good one tonight.
Absolutely. So, again, the Vikings come in at 3-1. The Lancers come in at 2-1. And, of course, we're here at the home of David Freese, Ryan Howard, some big-time baseball athletes, but we're here for basketball here tonight. And we saw Lafayette's. I saw him down on the court, their all-time leading scorer. He was putting up some baskets as well, and still pretty good. Still pretty good. So we should be in for a good one here tonight. Two very talented teams, and should be in for a good one here tonight here on the Howell Activities Network. Again, thank you all for joining us, and we're excited to get this one underway.
I agree with you, and it's almost a packed house in here. The gym is pretty nice, and it seems that more students are rolling in the student section.
So we're about to get the starting lineup and national anthem going. First, I'd like to remind you of one of our great sponsors in Jeff Earhart. Are you spending too much on car insurance? Need insurance for that new home? Don't stray too far from Francis Howell and contact Coach Jeff Earhart at State Farm Insurance for your auto, home, property, business, life, and health needs. So we're about to get underway for the starting lineups and the national anthem. And we will take a quick break here on the Howell Activities Network and bring you back to the start of the game. We'll be right back here on the Howell Activities Network. Stay right with us.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we could teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
Going. And hello and welcome back here to the Howell Activities Network as we are getting underway as both starting lineups were announced. And the starting five for your Vikings will be Kendall Gurley, Gabe James, Booker Simmons, Donovan Sparks, and Jude James. For the Lancers, it'll be number 5, Matt Jones, number 12, Logan Minton, number 23 is still waiting to see who that is. That is... Well, don't have him on my roster. Number 15, Jack Clark, and number 25, Josh Dennis. So we get ready. And again, we don't have any rosters here at the Lafayette High School. Did have it for the girls' game. Don't have it for this game as well. And the tip is won by the Lancers, and we are underway.
It's a shame.
Kendall Gurley up on number 25 for the Lancers. They're going to pass inside. A good look, and it's good. A 2-0 Lafayette lead.
That was a great pass over there just to get into the hoop. That was amazing.
Jude James will drive inside. That's good. So an answer by Jude James.
I can see this is going to be a shootout for the rest of the night. Both teams responded at a quick pace just to kick off the first quarter. This is amazing.
And both the Vikings fans and the Lafayette fans are loud here in this gym. As Lafayette's brought a little bit of a student section here. We saw a big one by Troy Buchanan in that last game. Here's a drive inside by 23. He's going to put it up and in right over Jude James and a 4-2 Lafayette lead.
It seems that the Lancers, they're at a height advantage right now. They have at least over 6 foot people versus the Francis Howell team. They don't really have as many 6 foot guys as the Lancers do. So it's going to be a pretty on the Lancers side for the height advantage.
So a turnover there by the Vikings as they tried to get inside to Sparks. It was just a little too low of a pass there to Donovan Sparks. Here comes the Lancers. They're going to bring it up. And we got a foul, and I believe they'll get either Gabe James or Kendall Gurley on that one. So that's the first team foul on Francis Howell. So that'll be on Kendall Gurley, his first. Kendall Gurley getting his first start. That ball's out of bounds, but tipped by Gurley. It'll go back to Lafayette.
Gurley, he's always a good defensive player, especially the Vikings. They have a couple great defensive players. Another one is Jude James. Jude James is a great blocker and a great defensive player all around.
So Lafayette certainly has some size on him. Here's a drive inside, and it is good. Jude James is going to drive inside. He's going to kick it to Sparks. That ball's thrown away. And number 15, Jack Clark, stepped out of bounds, so it'll go back to Francis Howell.
Seems that the Lancers, they're putting a little bit pressure on the Vikings right now. They're struggling to make something shake right now.
There's a pass outside. Booker open for three. No good. It'll be going the other way here. And now a turnover. Gabe James has it. He's going to go inside to Jude James, and he draws a foul. And that was on number 25, Josh Dennis, his first, and the Lafayette Lancers first.
And that was a great way to draw the foul right there by Jude James. You saw he was double covered right there and was able to take the shot.
So they'll inbound it here. Here's Jude James. He's going to pass inside to Booker Simmons. He draws a foul and one. Nice look there inside to Booker Simmons, and he'll go to the line for the and one attempt.
Jude James, that was great vision right there, able to connect to Booker Simmons, and Booker Simmons using his football strength just to draw the foul and lay the and one. That was great right there.
So great look by Jude James. He gets the assist inside to Booker Simmons, and the free throw in and out. And it'll go back to Lafayette. Kendall Gurley on 25, Dennis. Now they're going to give it off to number 23, and there's a foul. I believe they got Donovan Sparks. That's his first.
Yeah, it seems that Vikings are getting into a whole lot of foul trouble on this side right here, Evan. It's like their second or third foul so far, and it's only been 5
There's a
minutes.
lob inside. Luckily to corral that was number 12, Logan Milton. Here's a three, and it is no good. Rebound, Booker Simmons. He'll dribble up the floor. He'll get it to Jude. Jude, cross-court pass. Donovan Sparks going to drive in. He's going to go back out. Kendall Gurley. He'll drive inside. A good dish to Jude James is up and good.
Man, so a lot of guys using their strength right here down in the paint. Seems that Coach Agbar had the boys lift before the game because right now they are bringing it to him to the Lancers.
And a turnover. Gabe James has it. He'll bring it up the floor. He's got Booker Simmons. Booker's going to drive inside. Now he'll kick it back. Kendall Gurley inside. Now back out. Booker has it. Now to Gabe James. He's open for three, and he hit. Gabe James from downtown, his first three of the night. And that's a 9-6 Viking lead.
That's something we've seen before. Gabe James with the three-pointers. He is spot on.
And they're going to get a walk. And what were you saying?
I said Gabe James keeps the strap on him at all times. The three-point shooter for the Vikings.
Yep, averages three three-pointers a game this year. So Kendall Gurley comes out of the game. Damon Williams comes into the game. Taj Gurley in as well for Donovan Sparks. So a 9-6 Vikings lead. They've looked good early here on offense. Damon Williams will be the primary ball handler. He'll get it to Jude James. Now inside, an open look. Booker couldn't finish. And that'll stay in bounds, corralled by the Lancers. And there's a lob inside off the rim. And it's going to go all the way back down court. Boy, that was awkward.
Seemed like it was trying to do an alley-oop type long pass right there.
Yeah, Matt Jones was trying to go for the oop, and he about hit for the bucket. And that is inside. That's good. And that's number 21, Cooper Williams. And it's a 9-8 Viking lead.
Man, this game is moving.
Here's Simmons. He's going to go inside. Damon Williams, and he loses the handle. It's going to go the other way. And here's a look inside. Layup is good. Boy, a nice dish there by Cooper Williams. And it's a 10-9 Lancer lead. Here's Gabe James open for three again, and that's no good. Long rebound goes to the Lancers. And a foul, they're going to get a reach-in call on Damon Williams as he fouled number 5, Matt Jones.
Man, this game is moving by so fast-paced. It's already 3 minutes and 46 seconds left in the first quarter, and it's pretty much of a low-scoring game, but it's pretty exciting because both teams are going back and forth, and they're just playing a hard-nosed defense right now.
So number 3, Jaden Fights, checks into the game for the first time for Lafayette, along with number 10, Malik Hampton. They're going to go back up top. And that is 23, who we do not have on our roster. They're going to go to Hampton here. He's going to go inside, and a by Gabe James, and it's going to be going the other way.
Bang bong. That was a great steal by Gabe James. Basically just stole his cookies right there. Just ran away with it.
The bad pass out of bounds there, so it'll go back to Lafayette. And the Vikings are going to put on a little bit of pressure here on the Lancers. So Lancers bring in a lot of their bench guys, and the Vikings going to put on a little bit of pressure. Here's a pull-up for two and an air ball. And it's out of bounds and kept there by Taj Gurley. We got a jump ball. As Taj Gurley corralled it, and it'll go to Francis Howell. They have the possession arrow. So far, 3 fouls on Francis Howell, 2 on Lafayette. And boy, we have a fast-paced start to this one. 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. Damon Williams will drive in. He'll go the outside, he'll go. And I think that was intended for Jude James, but he finds Gabe James, and that's no good for 3. And thrown out of bounds by Taj Gurley. And it'll go back to Lafayette.
And this, like I said before, this is a pretty low-scoring game. Both teams, they are just sticking to each other on defense, and they're kind of evenly matched.
So they're trying to break that press, and they finally do. And a steal there by Jude James. He has it, trying to corral the dribble. And there's McCauley, who just checked in the game. He's going to drive to Damon Williams. Moved by Damon Williams in traffic. And he gets the and one, and he'll go to the line.
Man, Francis Howell Vikings right now, both these players, they're just using their bodies and just putting them on the line just to draw the foul and one. We've seen that like 3 times already, and it's been working. Like I said before, Coach Agbo probably had these guys in the gym before the game, and you can see that they put on a little size right there. Like, seem like they've been lifting a lot.
So Damon Williams to the line for the and one attempt. It is in. So a nice and one there by Damon Williams. 12-10 Viking lead. They're going to go inside. They're going to go outside. Now foul called. And I believe they're going to get that on McCauley. So that's Corey McCauley's first. Or excuse me, no, they're going to get Damon Williams on that foul. So his second foul. Lafayette will inbound it. Inside, Jude James covering number 23. Pretty good, and it's out of bounds. Nice defense by Jude James.
I agree. It is great defense. It was great defense by Jude James. We've seen that before. Jude James, he is great, great defender down in the pocket, and he knows how to block the ball. And he's a huge factor for this Vikings defense.
Lafayette gets it inbounded. 2:04 left to go in this first quarter. A 12-10 Viking lead. And the player falls down for Lafayette. But he gets back up. He's going to throw it inside. It's out of bounds. Good tight defense by James. They do corral it back. That's number 10, Malik Hampton. Boy, he was in a lot of trouble down low there. Somehow was able to pick up the basketball. Here's Jack Clark. He's going to go back outside. Good defense by Francis Howell. Clark working in on McCauley. It is up and McCauley, and Jack Clark will go to the line.
I was kind of questioning that call right there. It seemed like he barely touched him. He was just playing good defense all around, but it seems that Francis Howell can't escape foul trouble for this first quarter, because right now we've seen at least 5 or 6 different fouls on this side of the court.
So that's Corey McCauley's first. Jack Clark will go to the line for 2, and the first one's in and out. Saw lots of missed free throws in the girls' game.
Seems like it's just carrying over to the boys' game now.
Obviously still very early. Jack Clark's second attempt is good. And Lafayette back to within 1. 1:28 left to go. Jude James will kick to Taj Gurley. Taj Gurley back out. McCauley working in. He's going to swing it outside. Jude James not much of a shooter, so he'll swing it. Here's a 3 by Damon Williams, in and out. And a rebound by Taj Gurley, tipped away, back to Jack Clark, who corrals it for the Lancers. And here comes the Lancers offense. And there's a 3, and it's way off. That was Jaden Fight on the 3-point attempt. Gabe James drives in, 2, no good. Rebound McCauley, he'll put it up, and good.
It was a great move by Jude James, but not Jude James, but Gabe James, but it seemed like it had too much mustard on it, and that was a great rebound by McCullough.
They're going to get a screen, and it's an illegal screen called on number 10. That's Malik Hampton, so an illegal screen called on him. It'll go back to Francis Howell.
That was great defense right there, forcing the turnover to get the Vikings the ball back there. It's kind of a tongue twister that I had.
So just 30 seconds left here in this first quarter. You'd like to have the ball in Gabe James or Booker Simmons' hands here. Checking into for the first time here tonight for the Vikings is Trey Liner, and a bad pass. No good. He missed the bunny. Booker Simmons has it. He'll go to Jude James. Boy, it's kind of sloppy here late in this first quarter. McCauley open for 2. No good. Rebound. Simmons up and good. Huge put back there by Booker Simmons, and that will conclude the first quarter.
Man, that was embarrassing by the Lancers point guard right there. Good steal overall, but you just got to execute. And that was a great rebound by Booker Simmons on the other end. to redeem himself and was able to, extend the lead to 5 points now.
So we'll take a quick break here on the Howell Activities Network. Be right back for the second quarter after this message.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we could teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
The Howell Activities Network is brought to you by Dan Main. Are you thinking about buying a new home? Call Dan, your mortgage man. Also, special discounts available for first responders, educators, and faculty. Call or visit danmain.com today and let's get you home. Dan Main, MLS number 502036. Flat Branch Mortgage Company, MLS number 224149, equal housing lender. So we start play here in the second quarter, here live from Lafayette High School, and it's the Vikings up 5. A 16-11 lead. And boy, Josh, just terrific offense this early for the Vikings, and they've done a pretty good job containing this very lengthy Lafayette group.
Yeah, they've done a great job overall, putting pressure on the defense on the Lancers, and they were able to execute baskets on the other end of the court and making smart decisions all around.
Here's a three, and it is no good. Corralled by McCauley, but he loses the handle, and it'll go the other way. So good, they get a reach-in call on number 12. That's Logan Milton. So that's Mitten's first. And checking into the game for Francis Howell is number 1, Lucas Berzinski, senior for Howell. No Dwight Lomax Jr. here tonight for the Vikings. Booker Simmons will swing it outside. McCauley going to go inside, and I believe he walked. Yeah, they're going to get him on a walk. He would have got fouled had he not traveled there, but it'll be going Lafayette's way.
Yeah, it was a pretty close call right there. It was a good thing that he avoided the foul and he was able to stay on his feet.
So Lafayette will bring the ball up. They try to break the press. They do. They had an open look. Now they're going to go inside. They're going to try and lob it to Jack Clark. He's going to go back up and miss it. Follow by 23 is in and out. He gets another board, and he draws a foul. Well, that's great toughness by number 23 there, who is kind of the nameless man, as we don't have him on our roster, but he's been one of their best players here tonight.
That's indeed, and you could hear Coach Agbo saying you got to stop fouling, and this is one thing that's killing them right now for the Vikings is foul trouble, and that was a major problem in the first quarter.
And loses the handle, no foul called. Booker Simmons going to go the other way for the Vikings as we're just a minute into this second quarter. Tough pass in there for Jude James. He's going to go up. Jack Clark, and Jude James will go to the line for another one.
And Jude James is using his body right now just to draw fouls and bring it into the paint. It's like the second time he's done this so far, and it's been working for him. And this is most of where Francis Howell's getting their points from is down in the paint, just attacking the rim.
Free throw no good for Jude James as it goes out of bounds. An 18-11 Howell lead as we're just a minute, 4 seconds into this second quarter. Imagine Lafayette will get going here eventually. And almost a travel. They're going to get it inside. Layup good by 23.
And that was just great pressure by the Francis Howell defense, but it was just a better offense by the Lancers, able to find the pass.
And a three, wide open by Donovan Sparks. And it's back to a 21-13 lead.
Man, I was waiting for Donovan Sparks to kick in for this game. He's just such an electrifying player to see, and I'm excited to see what he can do for the rest of this game. That's great pressure by Francis Howell right there.
And they get a foul. I believe that was on Liner. No, it's actually, they'll get Lucas Brzezinski on that. So that's his second. So he's only been in for the second quarter. He's already picked up 2 fouls. Liner will come out of the game. Kendall Gurley will check back in for Howell. So here's the 2 free throws. Or excuse me, 1 and 1 is no good by Jack Clark. Now they're going to go get the rebound back in and a good. And that's number 12, Logan Minton. Here's a 2, and it's good by Lucas Brzezinski. 23-15, Francis Howell.
Brzezinski may be the smallest person on the court, but he still is a great player overall. Last year, he was a good asset to the Vikings offense and defense, and he was able to make a difference.
So 2-point layup there by Jack Clark. Here comes Booker Simmons, and no foul called. Rebound by Sparks, but he gets it stripped away. It'll go the other way. Here's another layup and one. And it's up to back now to a 4-point deficit for the Lancers. And they'll go to the line and try and make it a 1-possession game.
Yeah, this is turning out pretty bad for the Vikings right now. It seems that the Lancers seem to catch on, and they're able to find ways into the basket and use their height to an advantage. They look like they got a wingspan of a vulture right now.
Matt Jones to the line. He hits that one. And it's now a 3-point deficit for Lafayette. Vikings have been up by 11 at one point in this game. Booker Simmons will get back out to Gabe James. Booker Simmons will look to the outside. Kendall Gurley's now going to drive in. He loses his footing, and it's going to go the other way. Lancers have it. 23 will dish it to Jack Clark, and a foul. And they're going to get that on Gabe James. So Clark will go to the line for 2. Or excuse me, a 1 and 1. That's the 8th team foul on Francis Howell. So actually this will be a 1 and 1. And it's up and good. First one good. So yeah, as the official was saying, a 1 and 1 there. Nine team fouls on the Vikings, 6 on Lafayette. Again, the Vikings at one point led by 11. It's now down to a 2-point game. Second free throw up and no good for Clark. And it'll go the other way. Here's Gabe James. Booker Simmons back out. James. Kendall Gurley will swing it. Finds it open. Brzezinski for 3, and he nails it.
Brzezinski has been spot on today for the second quarter. Like I said, we're going to have to call him Mighty Mouse now. Smallest man on the court, but he's making a big impact.
Inside, Clark working on Taj Gurley. And a bad pass going the other way. Booker Simmons has a little bit of a fast break. He's working inside. Layup, no good. Rebound. James up and got fouled. Nicely done there by Gabe James.
And that was a great steal by Booker Simmons on the other end. The Lancers fumbled the bag, and he was able to just make a play over there, but wasn't able to execute. But that was great rebound by Gabe James, and able to draw the foul.
So Gabe James will go to the line for 2, as it was a shooting foul. That was a 7-team foul on the Lancers, and a missed free throw there by James. I'll tell you, Lucas Brzezinski has come in and given the Vikings a little bit of a spark. Had that open 3 just a minute ago.
We're going to have to nickname him Mighty Mouse.
Second free throw good for James. And a bad pass, wasn't looking for it, was 23 for the Lancers. And they're going to get it back to him. He's working in on James, now back out. And a shot, weird shot, no good. Rebound corralled by Simmons. That was Logan Minton who tried to shoot that. Booker Simmons thought about the 3. He'll pull it back. And it'll go to Brzezinski. Now back into Taj Gurley. Back out Brzezinski. Fakes the 3. Now back out Simmons. He's going to shoot it. And it is a little bit off. And it'll go Lafayette's way. And a long too high of a pass to Jack Clark. And it'll go back to the Francis Howell. And it looks like we got a timeout called by Lafayette. So actually, it's a Francis Howell timeout. So 27-21 is 3:52 left to go in this first half. And Josh, what have you seen from the Vikings and even Lafayette as well?
Both sides are playing excellent basketball. It's been a little sloppy moments from both ends, a little careless mistakes with the ball and fumbling the ball as well, which led to points scored on both ends. For Francis Howell, they've done a great job putting pressure on the Lancers with the full court zone press in the beginning of the first half, and they're getting great rebounds. And I see a whole lot of substitute players that are just making an impact, like Zapowski right there, and he's just making a huge impact on the Lancer side. They're moving the ball around, finding ways just to get to the court, and both teams are attacking the hoop very well.
So the Vikings with a chance to extend their 6-point lead here. Again, 3:45 left to go here in this first half. They're going to swing it. Brzezinski, who's been hot from three for Howell, he has it. He'll get it to Kendall Gurley, who's been the assist man here in this one. Brzezinski fakes the three, dribbles inside, and Travagant banks it in. What a crazy shot there by Brzezinski, but it goes in.
Zapowski with the hezzy. He said he pump faked it just like we seen at the girls' game. Pump faked and then took a step forward and made the J. That was nice.
Yeah, he faked out his defender there on the fake three. And a foul, and they're going to get Simmons on that one. So 23 will go to the line and shoot two.
And it seemed that it looked like number 23 for the Lancers was just about to dunk for a little bit, but as you can see, he didn't have enough hops.
And I'm just finding out it's Matt Hafner at the line for Lafayette. So finally have him available here as he sometimes wears 14, sometimes wears 23 apparently. So second one up and good. There's Jude James. He'll go to the outside. Brzezinski's going to go in. Nice pass inside to Gurley, and he got blocked. That was Taj Gurley. Got blocked. 3 minutes left to go here in this first half. They're going to go back outside. Here's a three, and it's no good. Way off. Kendall Gurley will go the other way. Gurley will go inside. Gabe James kicks it back out. Now back up top to James. Boy, great ball movement here by the Vikings. Taj Gurley now back out. That was a bad pass. And stolen by 25. There's a three, no good. Rebound corralled by Brzezinski. He's got a little bit of a fast break. He will fake out a defender, throw it to Gurley, and it's good. Kendall Gurley. What a look and what a dish by Lucas Brzezinski to find Kendall Gurley as he totally faked out another defender.
Man, Zabriskie, he's just being Houdini right now. Just it's kind of remind me of a Steve Nash play style, just dishing it off to people and was able just to jump up and shoot J's all around and threes. And he's playing hard right now.
They're going to get it back out. Number 5 for Lafayette gets blocked by Taj Gurley. Kendall Gurley on the other end. He's going to not go to Taj, and he loses the handle, and it'll go back to Lafayette. Boy, I thought he was going to maybe try and get the dish there to Taj Gurley, and decided to keep it, and he loses the handle.
Yeah, I thought he was going to give it to him too, but the Francis Howell, they're playing excellent right now.
That's about two games in a row so far that Francis Howell has really come out early and taken control. And that is a bad pass inside going the other way. Gabe James has it. He's going to go up for and one as he makes it, and he'll go to the line for the extra.
Man, even though Francis Howell, they're undersized, they are still bringing it to him with the to the Lancers. They are just they brought the lead to double digits, and they're just playing hard. They're not even doing anything too fancy. They're just playing their role and just getting active with them.
So Gabe James will go to the line for the and one attempt. That foul was on Telly Brown, number 24 for the Lancers, and the free throw is good for Gabe James. Lucas Brzezinski guards Hefner close. Brzezinski's been the big spark here in this one for Howell. The bad pass almost traveled, and that ball's thrown out of bounds. So Telly Brown with the turnover, and it'll go back to Howell. 1:14 left to go here in this first half. And boy, the Vikings could add on to their lead here. Gabe James has it. He's going to drive inside. A nice dish inside. Sparks! And it's up and good. (36-23). Vikings on top. Been the best game they've played thus far this season. Only in the first half, though. Here's Clark. He'll get it to Hefner. Hefner back out. Here's a pull-up, and it is an air ball. Jude James has it. Jude James going to drive inside. Layup, no good. As he tried to go up and over about two defenders there for Lafayette. They got a fast break attempt. Layup is good. And that's number 5, Matt Jones.
That was a great drive by Matt Jones, taking it to the hoop and able to, attempted to draw the foul, but that was great speed and great power trying to drive in.
11 seconds left, and Booker Simmons loses the handle. Here's Hefner. He got fouled before the shot. Didn't make it anyway, and he'll go to the line for 2. 10th team foul on Howell. We're going to get Jude James on that foul. So, boy, that's a tough turnover there by Simmons. Boy, you had an opportunity there to, tack on a little bit more, and obviously Simmons lost the handle on it, but the Vikings will still get another possession here. Got to make sure you rebound, though. They'll have 7 seconds to work with. Here's a second free throw by Hefner, and it's good. So here comes Gabe James. He's pushing. He'll pull up for 3, and it is good. 1 second left, and that'll conclude the first half. A huge shot there made by Gabe James in traffic. It was kind of an awkward shot, but you know what? We take it. 3 points on the board.
Hey, this is kind of like deja vu all over again from the girls' game. You had Steiger shoot the 3 in the last few seconds of the first half, and now you see Gabe James doing what he does best, being a top scorer on the for Francis Howell, and just extending the league to even more.
So that will conclude the first half, a 39-26 Vikings lead, and we got a tornado warning.
I got the same thing.
So we got a tornado warning, Amber Alert. And we're going to take a quick break here on the Howell Activities Network, and hopefully we'll be back for the second half. Hopefully it's not too serious.
Yeah.
But we'll be right back with you here on the Howell Activities Network, a 39-26 Viking lead.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we could teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
And we are back here live from Lafayette High School here as the Vikings lead 39-26. And we may or may not have a tornado outside. We're not really sure.
It's Missouri. Anything can happen in this state.
So anyway, we're back here live, and if there is something, we will take precautions and go to our assigned area, I guess, is what we're going to have to do. But for now, we got basketball, and the Vikings will inbound it. A 39-26 lead and a great first half for Francis Howell. Here's Booker Simmons. He's going to get it to Gabe James. Gabe James is going to drive in and draws a foul. And that was on number 23. That's Matt Hafner. So James will go to the line for 2. James, first free throw in and out.
And this student section.
Second one for James, up and good. What were you going to say?
No, I was going to say this student section is pretty live right now for Lafayette.
Yeah, right at the end of the first half, we all got Amber Alerts on the phone. You would have thought, you know, there was a huge eruption that came in the gym here.
Yeah, everybody was freaking out and leaving the stadium. Like, it thought the world was about to end.
Yeah, we don't necessarily know, but we are in a safe space here. As there is a layup up and good. And that is Logan Mitten. Jude James will go cross court. Gabe James with it. Jude will drive in, and he kind of lost the handle. He kicks it back. Booker Simmons will go back to Jude. Jude's going to work inside, and he got blocked. Blocked by Hafner. Gets it back. Sparks thought about a 3. Now he'll get it back to Gabe James. Gabe James is going to drive inside, kick it back out. Simmons wide open for 3, and in and out. No good.
Booker
so off the rim.
Booker's been off on the three-point line right now.
And a nice steal by Donovan Sparks. He'll push. He'll go to the rim. Layup is good. Nice move there by Donovan Sparks. It's back to a 42-28 game. A minute 30 into this second half. Here's a drive inside. It is no good, but back out. And that'll be a foul as Logan Minton draws a foul.
And that's one thing you can't do to start the second half is get into foul trouble. And that's one thing that Francis Howell was trying to avoid in the first half, but it just kept coming to them.
So they get Gabe James with that one, and that'll be his second foul. We got 1 foul each on each team. And a high pass, but corralled there by a Lancer. Here's a 3 by Minton, way off. And a long rebound by Hafner. He puts it up, and it's no good. Rebound Gabe James. Chance to add a little bit more here for the Vikings. Booker Simmons will go back to Sparks. He thought about a 3. Now he loses the handle. Kendall Gurley fighting for it with Jack Clark and a jump ball. Well, I'll tell you what, I think from up here, from this angle, we got a pretty good view. I think that should have been a foul.
Yeah, I think that should have been a foul.
The official behind called it, and I don't even think he would have been able to see that.
Maybe he doesn't have his glasses on. I think they're going to the thing right now to discuss it. And you can hear the fans, they're disagreeing with the call too.
It looks like we got some discussion here on the Viking bench. So no foul call. We're not really sure what's going on.
Yeah, I'm pretty confused as well. I think they're trying to wipe the floor off.
I guess we're wiping off the ball.
What, yeah, spit on it or something? Or?
Well, it kind of seemed like the Viking bench was signaling to the official that they wanted the ball. I guess they wanted it wiped off, I guess.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. If you want the ball to be clean, then you might as well have it. Just got to check the ball.
For a second there, I thought it had something to do with the tornado that might be outside.
I thought it was something to do. Like, did it touch down or what?
And we got an off-ball foul. And they get that on number 4, Jalen Pearson, who just came into the game.
This is pretty confusing right now.
So finally we get it inbounded. Here's Clark. Vikings put on some pressure. Here's Hafner. And he gets fouled. No, they're going to get a push on Hafner. So they're going to say he extended his arm out a little too much, and he'll be going the other way.
I could see that a little bit. He did extend a little bit too much. Players on the Lancers, they have pretty long arms right now, and it's pretty predictable.
Gabe James has it. He'll get it inside. Booker Simmons up and good. Nice bucket in traffic there by Booker. There's a foul on, I believe, Jude James. And that'll be his third, I believe. No, that's his second.
Man, this is 2 fouls already in the second half. Like, you can't do that.
And a lob there, and a miss by Clark, and that'll go the other way. Good defense again by the Vikings. Lancers kind of had an open look, but we're unable to finish. I'll tell you what, Josh, is this kind of what – did you expect this at all in this game? I mean,
I really
coming into it, the Vikings are in total control of this one.
I thought it was going to be a good game at least, but Francis Howell, they're just bringing
Good
it
look
to
to Jude James. 3 for Pearson is way off, and it's out of bounds. And they're going to say it went off a Lancer. But what were you saying?
I said the Vikings, they're just bringing it to them right now. You can see that the Lancers are fatigued, and the Vikings, they look like they can still play a couple more quarters.
Pearson will inbound it, finds it open. Booker Simmons for 3, and that's off.
The three-point line just hasn't been right for Booker Simmons lately for these games, and I think he should just leave that alone for now.
Yeah,
I should say.
I'm sure it's something that he'll get going from later. As here's Gabe James on the break after the turnover. Layup is good. Up to an 18-point Howell lead. And they are in total control right now.
And that was a great steal by James right there and able to take it to the basket. And you can hear the Francis Howell fans just silencing the Lafayette fans.
Inside is good. That's Jack Clark. And so the Lancers will get 2 back. Lancers try to put on a little pressure, but to no avail. Here's Jude James. Fake. And they're going to get him on the travel. He tried to fake him a little too much.
Yeah, I could see it. Looked like he just double jumped like this, and it was just, like you said, it was too much.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like he was confused on whether to go up for the shot there or pass it out. But
yeah, kind of a malfunction, you know.
46-30, Vikings on top. 4:09 left to go here in the third. By the way, our score bug says first quarter. It is the third quarter. That'd be one heck of a first quarter if they were putting up this kind of points. Hafner loses the handle on it. And now they get it back. What a pass. Here's an open 3, and it's no good. Going the other way, Gabe James, layup is good. Boy, Gabe James has been on one here tonight.
Yeah, James, he has been on one for the second half.
Bad pass. Good tip by Jalen Pearson. Here's Simmons. Here's Taj Gurley. He'll kick it. Sparks for 3. No good. Rebound tip by Taj Gurley, and it's out of bounds, and he jumps into the bleachers. Athletic move there by Taj Gurley. Good thing he didn't get hurt.
He's using his football skills. His Gurley name, you know, it runs in the family. You saw Todd Gurley during his glory days hurdling over people from Georgia and the Rams.
He might have been halfway up the bleachers.
Oh, yeah.
With his leaping ability.
And on the bus, Todd Gurley, he said that it seemed that Todd Gurley is the second cousin of Kendall and Taj, and I believe it, as you can see from their athletic ability.
So a timeout called by Lafayette. They're going to talk this one over. 3:28 left to go here in this third quarter. A 48-30 Vikings lead. Boy, they've been in full control here of this game.
Yes, they have.
Early on in the first quarter, it was kind of a game of runs, but the Vikings have controlled it since.
And the Vikings, it seems that they're going to carry this away in the second half. And it seems they're just consistently just – is that rain?
Yeah, I believe that's the rain outside.
Man, that thing's coming in hard. But back to what I was saying. That kind of distracted me a little bit. But Yeah, the Vikings have been consistently just bringing the pain to the Lancers, and it seems that they're well conditioned and they're not tired at all from the looks of it.
So 48-30 lead as the rain is falling outside. We can hear it from in here. Here's Jack Clark. He'll get it. And it looked like they got a loose ball foul on Booker Simmons, who tried to go for that rebound.
Man, it seems that, like I said before, Francis Howell, they just can't get away from those fouls. They've been in foul trouble this whole game so far.
Well, I'll tell you what, it is raining cats and dogs outside because we can hear it in here, and it's pretty loud in here. Hafner for three. It's good. And as I just said, he was slow to get the three ball going. He hits one there. And it's a 48-33 lead. Gabe James gets a screen from McCauley. James will kick it back to McCauley, and he loses the handle, and it'll go back to Lafayette.
Seems that Francis Howell, they're having a sloppy moment right there for this drive.
So Logan Minton comes in for Jack Clark. So still in at our Lafayette Lancers. And they got a foul on Jalen Pearson. So he was working with Jaden Fight.
And that's one thing you can do is reach in, because it seems that these fouls are just catching up to Francis Howell, and Lafayette, they're trying to take advantage of these scores.
48-33, Vikings on top. 2:43 left to go here in this third quarter. Still lots of time for Lafayette. You got to stay resilient here on defense if you're Howell. And a bad pass, and wrestle for it, and I believe they're going to get a foul. And a timeout for the Lancers. .231 left to go here in this third quarter. So, boy, we're just kind of, we got a lot to think about here.
Yeah,
I mean, we got
how am I going to get home?
We just don't want to walk outside and our cars be, or, you know, my car be destroyed. But, yeah, we don't really know. I mean, if we can hear it outside. We don't really know what's going on out there. But we are in a safe spot here in this gym. I mean, we're covered by concrete, you know, not much it's going to do here. But obviously, yeah, we don't know what's going on. And we'd imagine that if there is something that happens, that they will call everybody off and go to their spot. But obviously, we are still playing basketball, so that's good news.
That is good news.
And a cut inside and a foul on Taj Gurley.
And it's pretty weird to have it raining like this, especially during the winter time. It's December and it's still raining like it's summer. It should be snowing.
That was on Taj Gurley. His first. They get it to Hafner, and he puts it up and in. So Hafner is yet to get fully going, but he's got 5 points in back-to-back possessions. Inside, Booker Simmons up and no good. Try to get the foul, and Lancers corral it. Loose ball on the break. 10 will throw it away. And we got a foul. Boy, there's a lot going on down there. And I believe they're going to get a foul on the Lancers.
It was so much falling right there on the court. I don't know who started it. It's just bodies flying everywhere.
So that was on Jaden Fight. That was his first. Cooper Williams comes out of the game. And back in is number 5, Matt Jones. So Gabe James, less than 2 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Booker Simmons will find McCauley. And a travel on McCauley. That's one thing with McCauley. Excuse me as my voice cracks. That's one thing with McCauley that he's kind of had trouble with in this game is he has had a couple of travels. He's got some good looks, just hasn't been able to quite set those feet.
Yeah, that's a killer for you. And you just got to know the basketball rules, only 2 feet.
Hafner up and good, and boy, he's starting to get zoned in. You don't want to let him get hot. He's their leading scorer this season. He's coming off a game where he scored 24 in that tournament against Arkansas as the official slips. We got a timeout. Boy, there is a lot going on. There is a lot going on here in this game. And this is the second time we've seen this. I mean, they've as my partner here is losing it, laughing as both the Howell fan section and the Lafayette student section are having some fun with this. But yeah, there is a lot going on.
Hey, at least the ref got up. That's what I'm thankful for. It just happened out of nowhere. It just happened out of nowhere.
Boy, hey, I'll tell you what, it's a first for me in a lot of different ways tonight. I mean, we got officials slipping, we got players slipping and falling.
We got tornado warnings.
Loose balls, we got tornado warnings. I mean, this game has got it all. So we hope you're joining us here on the Howell Activities Network. Here's Gabe James working a step-back three, and filthy by Gabe James.
That was nice. That was kind of like an Iverson-type move right there by Gabe James.
51-37. That's one of those, if it's one of those that you did so good, you got to put it in, right?
Yeah.
Here's a three, and it's good by Minton. Excuse me, that was Matt Jones for three. So less than a minute to go, 40 seconds. Look at Gabe James, 35 seconds. See if the Vikings want to hold for the final shot here. 31 seconds. An 11-point Howell lead. Here's Booker Simmons working tightly on Jones. 24 seconds. They're going to get it to Jude. I believe the Vikings are going to hold for the last shot. Sparks almost threw it away. Booker Simmons, this kick. Gabe James will drive, back out, and a foul. They're going to get a charge on Gabe James. So Lafayette will have 11 seconds to work with.
And you could hear the Francis Howell fans just saying, take the ref's whistle away from him. And I agree, because he's been blowing it a little bit too much.
You got to give him a little leeway. He did just slip. Just staying in bounds as he about lost his dribble. And now they're going to get it into Clark. Clark a turnaround two. No good. Follow is good to conclude the third quarter. And that was Logan Minton. And it's back down to single digits, a 51-42 Viking lead. So if you're the Vikings, you have a 9-point lead, which you got to feel good about. But a nice run there late for Lafayette to get them back into it.
Exactly. And one thing you can't do if you're the Vikings is you can't let up right now, especially in the fourth quarter, because the score right now is not in double digits anymore. It is, it's come close to a 9-point lead, and you got to put your foot on the gas and keep going, and you got to execute. And the best part about it is it seemed that Francis Howell, they're well conditioned. They're moving the ball around, playing hard on defense, and they're able to get to the paint. No matter how many people that are tall on the Lancer side, they're not afraid to take it to the hoop. And you see Gabe James, so many Jameses. Gabe James just playing lights out in the second half. And I think if he does the same thing in the fourth quarter, then I think the Vikings are going to take away with the win.
We'd like to thank a great sponsor of the Howell Activities Network and People's Savings Bank. People's Savings Bank is the people you know and trust. We're getting underway here in this fourth quarter, a 51-42 Vikings lead. And if anybody in the chat wants to give us an update on what's going on outside, that'd be great.
Yeah, it would. Or if they could screen record this game when the ref falls and send it to ESPN so it could be on the Sports Center's Not Top 10, that would be great as well. We can get famous off of that.
Jaden Fido get it to Clark. Clark working on Donovan Sparks. we start playing this fourth quarter. Blocked from behind by Jude James. He's got numbers. Here's Booker Simmons working in on Minton. It's up and no good. Rebound going back the other way. Here's Hafner. He's trying to corral it. He does. Now a bad pass that's tipped to the outside. And now back outside. Stolen by Jude James. He's got a fast break attempt. Jude James to the rim. Up, no good. And a rebound. Gabe James up and good. And one. Boy, that was kind of a look what I found, but you know what? We'll take it.
Gabe James just bringing it to him. And he's just setting the fourth quarter off early. And you can hear Agbo just yelling about something.
So there was just kind of a lot going on both possessions there. As we had some missed buckets, some bad pass, some merit passes. Kind of got tipped around and got tipped right to Gabe James. It's been his night. And that's in and out. 53-42. Here's Minton. And that's stripped away by Gabe James, and he gets fouled. Nicely done there by Gabe James, and a steal. He got fouled by Matt Jones. And that is the fourth team foul on the Lancers.
And you can see that it's a battle of the fans, or student section right now, and it seems that Francis Howell is winning.
Yeah, and Howell's brought a pretty decent student section for being on the road. There's James for three. Hits again. Gabe James from downtown. And they will get it inbounded here.
Gabe James with the heat check right now. I think
Gabe James been on fire here tonight.
Yeah, he's been on fire. He passed the heat check.
And that'll go the other way. They're going to get a push off again on Josh Dennis. Yeah, and again, Josh Dennis extend that shoulder out, and that's what's been getting them.
I think that's out of frustration right now, because it seems that the Lancers, they can't really do anything on offense at the moment. Vikings are bringing the pressure right now. Coach Agbo's been doing a pretty good job conditioning these boys.
Sparks inside. Booker lost the handle. Here's Jones. He's going to drive inside. Blocked from behind by Donovan Sparks. Boy, that's another block for the Vikings. That's 5 tonight for them.
Yeah, and I don't believe that was a foul.
And boy, they're going to get a foul. Wow.
Yeah,
I disagree
foul with that call, because it was a clean block right there. Donovan Sparks, dude's just big and, you know, great player all around, and, you know, the rest just hating all that stuff.
So Matt Jones' first free throw is good. Makes it a 13-point deficit. 6:36 left to go here in this one. A 13-point Viking lead, and now a 12-point Viking lead. So Jones makes both. Here's Brzezinski. Gabe James has been the hot man here tonight for the Vikings. He'll get it to Booker. Booker. Back to Brzezinski, who was a spark early in this one. Here's Jude James. Layup up and in, banked it in. Nice look there by Jude James, and a good look.
That was a nice floater by James right there. Couldn't find any room deep in the hole, and he just was able to float it up there.
So that foul occurred before the shot, so that's the 8th team foul on the Vikings, or 9th team foul, excuse me. Boy, the fouls are really adding up when we're only in the, just early into this fourth quarter. That was Brzezinski's third. Cooper Williams checks back in for the Lancers, replacing Jack Clark. And the free throw good for Matt Jones, as that was a 1-and-1. So first one up and good. If you're the Vikings, you just, at this point, just don't make mistakes, and you should be able to come out of here with a win.
Exactly, because they have the lead right now by a good margin. All they need to do is just hold on and to stay out of foul trouble for the rest of the night. And then, like you said, Evan, they should come out with a win.
So a timeout taken by Lafayette. So 6:05 left to go here in this game. And boy, it's been a fun one. It's been back and forth. We've seen a lot of weird things happen, but it's a game that the Vikings have controlled for the most part, and what a night for Gabe James thus far.
Gabe James, the leading scorer of the Vikings overall during the season. Like you said, he's been doing a good job shooting from his main thing, which is a three-point line, and he's just doing a great job at that.
Yep, Gabe James with 21 points. He does have 3 fouls. Lucas Brzezinski also has 3 fouls for Howell. Leading scorer for the Lancers has been Hefner. Inside, Jude James, good look. And a good dish by Donovan Sparks. And the Vikings get those 2 points back at 60-46. Cross court. Here's Hefner. He nails it. And boy, Lafayette just kind of hanging around. And they're all over Kendall Gurley. And I believe a timeout taken by Coach Agbo. That was a great timeout taken.
Man, I would hate to be Kendall Gurley during that situation. Like 6-foot guys just overtowering you, trying to find a way. That's like 2 trees trying to block your vision.
So the Howell Activities Network is brought to you by Jeff Earhart at State Farm. Are you spending too much on car insurance? Do you need insurance for that new home? Don't stray too far from Howell and contact Coach Jeff Earhart at State Farm Insurance for all your auto, home, property, business, life, and health needs. I might need Jeff Earhart if a tornado comes in and hits my car.
I might need, what's the guy, Adam Housing or what?
Dan Main.
Dan Main. I'm going to need Dan Main just in case. Find me a house to stay in. I'm not trying to go back to St. Louis County. Well, just in case if I have to stay here. And I might have to find Jeff Earhoff, too, for my car.
So 60-49 our score. Here's Brzezinski in the corner, and he hits again. That's the 4th three-pointer tonight for Lucas Brzezinski.
Brzezinski's like one of the players he's just been sleeping on the whole season, and all of a sudden he just wakes up.
Hafner just going to throw it up, and a late foul on Brzezinski. And so that'll be a 3-point attempt on the 3 and the foul, so 3 free throws for Hafner. That's the 4th on Brzezinski, and boy, that was a late foul call.
Yeah, I disagree with that foul call as well. I believe he didn't really do anything.
Hafner to the line, hits the first. .5:15 left to play here in this 4th quarter. Second free throw up and good. Boy, Hafner was, struggled early, but boy, he's gotten hot. He's the leading scorer in this game with 23 all of a sudden, and now 24.
I'm surprised how he come up with 23 points.
There's Gabe James. Almost lost a handle on it. Jude gets it back. I just slow it down here. Inside, Sparks going to go up. He got blocked by Hafner. Brzezinski trying to get it. We got a loose ball, and I believe a jump ball is what it's called.
Man, it seemed that Lancers are trying to play a little street ball. They're just trying to play grab all over with the Vikings. You see over there that Gabe James, he was being manhandled over there.
So the possession error will keep it with Francis Howell. Kendall Gurley comes out of the game. Back in is Booker Simmons. So Lucas Brzezinski will inbound it. And they're going to wipe off the floor again. That's kind of been a constant theme here tonight is the floor's a little slippery.
Yeah, the floor sweepers are the real MVPs today.
And Sparks just gets it. Jude James going to drive inside, and he drawed the foul. Not sure if they got Hafner on that or number 5, Matt Jones. And that will be on Hafner, so that's his second. And going to the line and shooting 2 is Jude James. If you're the Vikings, you just, even just trading punches is okay. I mean, with a decent lead here.
Yeah, I agree with that. And it seemed that the Lancers, they're getting a little frustrated right now. You can tell in their faces that just because they're in a big margin, that means they're getting a little frustrated and trying to play hard.
Second free throw. Banked, and I believe we got I believe somebody crossed the line too much there, so it'll be a turnover, so free throw no good. And back to Lafayette. Here's Hafner. Jones. Back to Hafner. He's been hot of late. Back out Jones, up top for three, and he hit. Just like that, it's back to an 8-point game. 4:33 left to go. Jude James will just get into Sparks. No, it's turned over again. Matt Jones has it and gonna throw it to Hafner. It goes off the rim and back to Howell. And if you're Howell right now, you just slow it down. Try to slow it down. Booker Simmons with it. Cross court. Gabe James inside. Two. Good. What a move by Gabe James.
James has been having one heck of a game tonight. Just making things happen from the three-point line and down in the paint.
Back out Jones, who just hit the three. Back out Hafner. He'll shoot another three, and he'll hit. That's not who you want with the basketball right now for Lafayette. Here's Booker Simmons. Now to Sparks. He loses the handle. They're going to say it went off of a Lancer, so it'll stay with Howell. 3:43 left to go.
It seemed that number 23 is just
Hafner.
Hafner, he's just been, doing a little bit of dirty stuff. It hasn't been helping Donovan Sparks up and, trampling over his leg.
So Clark will check in for Hafner. So Hafner, I'm sure, will probably get a quick, maybe 30-second break. Here's Brzezinski for three. Airballed it. Rebound Sparks. No good. Loose ball going to go back to the Lancers as it went out of bounds. So, boy, now you feel like Lafayette with the momentum. And if you're the Vikings here, you got to tighten up on defense.
Yeah, and one thing you can't do is let up on the score right now.
And losing the handle and now going the other way. Gabe James with it. He's going to drive inside. A dish to Sparks and blocked by number 21. That was Cooper Williams. Well, that was a good look to Sparks, but he got blocked from behind.
Indeed, that was a great block, like you said, Evan.
So Cooper Williams, after the block, checks out of the game. Back in as Malik Hampton. So the Vikings will have it. 3:21 left to go. A 7-point Howell lead. Simmons with it. Now to Jude James. Jude James being guarded tightly by Clark. Inside. Jude James cross court. Taj Gurley. He'll drive in. Layup is good. What a move by Taj Gurley. 3:05 left to go. A 9-point Howell lead. And that ball stolen. Here comes Jude James to the rim. Layup is no good. He missed the bunny. Rebound Brzezinski. Jude James back out. So good job to stick with it there for Howell. They're going to reset their offense. Less than 3 minutes to go. 2:45 left to go here in this one. 67-58. And a foul issued on number 12. That's on Logan Minton. And that is the 8th team foul on the Lancers. So Jude James will go to the line for a 1-and-1. Hafner, their leading scorer, checks back in with 27 points. Jack Clark comes out of the game. Jude on the 1-and-1, and he banked it in. That's one of those ones, if you're Howell, you're saying, thank God, and if you're the other team, you're saying, oh my gosh, are you serious? Second one for Jude. No good. Rebound Hampton. They're going to go the other way. Here's a fast break. Layup is no good. Roll out and a rebound, but no good on the putback attempt by Hampton. And a steal. Hafner with it, and he puts it in. That cannot happen if you're Francis Howell. They do get it inbounded. A 68-60 lead. Brzezinski gets it to Simmons. Simmons with a little bit of room. Simmons to the rim, and he got blocked. And got it back as it was deflected by Hafner, and it's out of bounds. It'll stay with the Vikings. Boy, a lot going on there.
Yeah, it seems that Booker Simmons, he was making a careless shot right there. I kind of question that one a little bit. You had time on the board, and you could have just taken it slow because you still got 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. You don't want to give up a big lead right here.
Here's Gabe James. No good. Rebound. Stolen. Back to Gabe James. Man, oh man, a lot going on. Brzezinski now to Booker Simmons. Just don't turn the ball over here if you're the Vikings. Simmons with it. 1:50 left to go. You'd imagine Lafayette's going to have to foul here soon. They're going for a steal, though, right now. Brzezinski, and we got a push. And they'll get Matt Jones for that.
Man, it's some sloppy basketball on both ends right now. Just been turnover after turnover, and it's going back and forth. And the scoreboard just went out.
And we lost the scoreboard.
Is it because of the storm or?
So lost the scoreboard there for a second. That's the second time we've kind of lost it. But obviously we got to have the scoreboard to play. Got to know what the clock is.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
And boy, we've almost made it out of this game without the weather outside interfering anything. But
I mean, I'm still getting notifications on my phone saying there's still a tornado warning outside.
Brzezinski misses the free throw. Rebound, out of bounds, and it'll go back to Lafayette.
And like you said, Evan, there's a lot of weird stuff going on in this game.
So throw inbounds. Jones to the rim. Layup good. And it's now down to a 6-point game. Right now, if you're the Vikings, you just got to hold strong. Do not turn the ball over. Here's Gabe James. Gabe James to Booker. Now to Jude. Back to Booker. Booker will get fouled. That's on Malik Hampton. So Booker Simmons will go to the line.
Yeah, like you said before, Evan, the Vikings, they cannot let up on this lead, and it seems that the Lancers, they're creeping up slowly, trying to tie this game up before the end of the fourth quarter, or at least come away with the win. And the Lancers right now,
Lafayette students on their feet. First free throw good for Booker. And checking into the game is Jack Clark for Malik Hampton. Booker Simmons, second one, is good. Money for Booker Simmons. That was huge. An 8-point Viking lead, 70-62. They're going to get it to Jones. Jones is going to drive inside, and he gets fouled. Now it's on Jude James. So Jones will go to the line for 2.
Dang, could it be another free throw competition for this fourth quarter?
And we got our audio back here on the Howell Activities Network. So we lost it there for a second as our one of our Comrex things went down. So 72-68, 37 seconds left to play.
And it seems that Francis Howell, they're getting pressured right now by the Lafayette defense and causing them to turn the ball over.
Yep, because they just had a turnover, so back to Lafayette. 37 seconds left to play. They're going to inbound it. Hafner for three, and he hit it!
Did he just do that? Did he just do that?
So 72-71.
Man, Hafner.
And again, if you're just coming back to us, as we lost our audio, the Vikings have turned the ball over a couple times, haven't been able to make the free throws, and now a turnover, and then of course the Lancers get it back. They hit a three, huge three. It's a 1-point game.
I'm still shocked that he just shot it with two people in his face. And yeah, Hafner's a problem. He has at least 34 points right now for the game, and he's the reason why the Lancers are coming back.
So 34 seconds left to play. The Vikings will inbound it here. They got to make sure they inbound it, though. They've struggled with that. It's Jude James. He's going to inbound it. He's out there with Brzezinski, Booker Simmons, Gabe James, Taj Gurley down this side of the court. They just get it inbounded, and that push they're going to call. Boy, that was fortunate there for Francis Howell. And they get that on number 21, Cooper Williams. So to the line will go Gabe James.
Well, it's a good thing he got fouled and able to extend the lead a little bit, because it seemed that it was going to end up in the Lancers' favor if it was going the other way.
Gabe James to the line. First one, no good. Free throws have been a big issue here late for the Vikings. .33 seconds left. Gabe James, second free throw, up and good. Well, that was about a must-make there for the Vikings. 32 seconds. Hafner has it. He's been their leading scorer with 34. He's going to go to Jones. Jones about walked with it. Now back. Here's Hafner. 22 seconds. Hafner's going to drive inside. He gets it stripped by Gabe James. Gabe James with it. And he gets fouled. That was on Matt Jones. What a huge steal by Gabe James.
Man, my heart racing just looking at this. This is pretty intense.
14 seconds left.
This is just what the Vikings needed.
So James will go to the line, and he could go up 2 possessions if he makes both. Lafayette student section's been loud. First one, good for Gabe James. That was big, so guaranteed at least a tie on the next possession. This could make it a 2-possession game and make it really tough for Lafayette. The next one by Gabe James is no good. Rebound Hafner. You'd imagine he's the one that's got to shoot it. Here's Matt Jones. Matt Jones with it, being guarded tightly. He's going to drive inside. Layup is good, and one. A late foul call, and it's an and one for Matt Jones.
I kind of questioned that call a little bit. I didn't really think that he touched him. Booker Simmons, he didn't even touch number 5 at all, and seeing that the ref was just all in the coach's favor.
So Matt Jones can tie this game with a free throw. 7.8 left to go. Williams checks into the game for the Lancers along with number 10, Malik Hampton. Matt Jones at the line. He can tie it. Free throw. A fight for it, and a jump ball will keep it with the Lancers. Wow. 6 seconds left on the clock. 1.7 went off the clock on that rebound attempt. So the Lafayette Lancers could have a chance to win this game with the ball.
Man, this game has been intense. This game's been intense all around. From start to finish, these guys have been playing lights out, and it's been pretty exciting watching this game.
Josh Dennis will inbound it. You'd imagine they try to go to Hafner. They get it inbounded just in time. Here's Hafner, 4-3 in the win. And Lafayette wins in dramatic fashion as the fans rush onto the floor, and the Vikings are stunned.
Man.
Unbelievable.
That's like that was amazing. That was.
Well, Hafner's been the guy all night, and he hit the biggest shot of the night. 37 points for Hafner. And the Lancers are going to come out of here with a win, and boy, that is a heartbreaking loss for the Vikings. But boy, they had chances to ice it at the line, and they couldn't. And boy, it comes back to haunt them.
Yeah, the foul trouble and everything has been, like you said, came back to haunt them, and it just caught up to them in the end, and it cost them the W. They had it in the first part of the first half and a little bit in the second half, and it just crept up on them, and Hafner was able to carry it away with 37 points, and the final three just ended it for him. And you see the fan section just holding up their L's at the Francis Howell fans, and this has been pretty intense all around. You got to give credit to the Lafayette basketball team, because Hafner is one heck of a player, and he proved it just on the court right there with that shot. I'm still thinking about it right now. Like that's pretty crazy.
What an unbelievable shot by Hafner for the win, and Lafayette moves to 3-1. The Vikings move to 3-2. And boy, that is just a gut-wrenching loss for Francis Howell in a game that they controlled the whole time, but they were unable to close it out, and Lafayette went on a huge run, and got to give them credit for that. But yeah, just an unbelievable game, and here on the Howell Activities Network. So we'll be back with you next week, back on the Howell Activities Network. And thank you for joining us. If you watched the girls' game earlier, we appreciate you for joining us for that one, and then this crazy one here in the nightcap in the men's. What a game! Obviously a disappointing loss for Francis Howell, but they'll come back from it, and a great game by Gabe James here tonight. He was an absolute star. And a game that also Lucas Brzezinski really shined as well, made a couple big threes. But obviously a tough loss for the Vikings. But we move on and we get to the next one. And thank you, everybody. I'm Evan Webb alongside my color man, Josh Robinson, here tonight. We appreciate you for joining us here on